Hi guys, we're busy with the rounding of decimals, and you'll see immediately that it's exactly the same as all the rounding off you've done in your previous grades. I'm quickly going to go through the 3 basic steps on the first slide. When rounding off decimal fractions, we look at the digit to the right of the decimal place we wish to round off to. If the digit has a value of 5 or more, we increase the number on the left by 1. If the digit has a value of less than 5, we leave the digit to the left unchanged. And I'm going to explain that to you with some examples. The first thing they're going to ask you is to round off to the nearest whole number. And when you round off to the nearest whole number, the digit that you have to look at to see if it's got an influence is the first place after the comma. That is not the number that's going to change. That is the number that you look at to see if it can change the number in front of it. Also, when you write the answer of a rounding off sum, you can't use the equal sign because the two sides won't balance out. You're going to use the symbol here to show that you're rounding off. Okay, now like we just said, we're looking to the number on the left. It's a 3, in other words, it's smaller than 5. So it's got no influence to the number on its left. So the number there is going to stay exactly the same. We're going to do the same here. We look to the number on the left. This side is a 5. 5 can change that 6. It changes it to a 7, and that is my answer. They ask for the nearest whole number, so I don't add any decimals to this. Next, we're going to look at rounding off to the nearest tenth. So in this case, we're going to look at this number to the right of the 10th position to see whether it has an influence. In the first case, that 5 can change the 4, so my answer is going to be 1, 5. In the next case, the number that I look at is a 2, so it's got no influence to the number in front of it, so it's going to stay 33, 5. Let's quickly look at hundredths. To the nearest hundredth, now I'm going to look at the third number over there, and the third number over there. Okay, that 3 can't do anything, so my answer there is going to be 101, 1, 2. Okay, now I look at that 9. That 9 can change that 9, but something happens here now. Because I fill up my place values, that's going to become a 0, that's going to become a 0, and I'm going to add 1 to that. Okay, so I use my little sign. So it's going to be 11, comma, and they ask for 2 decimal places, so I'm going to add the 2 zeros after that, and the rest just falls away. Okay, and then the last thing that you're going to be able to do is to the nearest thousandth. In other words, here you're going to look at that number over here, 1, 2, 3, 4. You're going to look at that number over there. Okay, that 3 can't change anything. So my answer there is going to stay 23, 041. And over here, that 8 does change it. And the same happens as in the previous example. That becomes 0, that becomes 1 more. So my answer is going to be 4, 5. That 6 becomes a 7, and that 9 becomes a 0. And I've got 3 decimal places after the comma. Thanks, guys.